Hello everyone, welcome to channel Knowledge here. So here we are discussing the solutions of paper October number 2025 and this is a calculated paper extended means. The version is 4.2. So let's start with the first question. I have the answer key. So we'll quickly match the answer and we'll move to the next question. So let's start with the first question. Write down the ratio of this in the form of 1:n. Now here the important thing is the first is in grams, other is in kilograms. So you have to make the same units, okay? So this is 60 grams. 60 is to, I can convert this into grams. So this is 3000 because 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. Okay. So now just make this 1:n. So divide by 60. So you can see this is, if I divide by 60, this will be 50. So what is the answer? This is equal to 50. That is the answer for this question. Now the next question, a simple equation. You can see this is 8x is equal to 27 plus 17. Adding 17 on both sides. So what is this? 8x is equal to, this is 44. So what is x? X is 44 divided by 8, which you can say, if I cancel factor of 4, 11 by 2, or you can say this is 5.5. That is the answer for this question. Okay. Write down the order of rotational symmetry of a regular decagon. Decagon is 10-sided figure. Okay. So if a 10-sided figure, we have regular polygon. So what is the rotational symmetry? It will be 10 only. Just remember this n-sided polygon, equal sides, rotational symmetry, same as the number of sides, that is 10. Okay. Next question. So Pedro makes cards. He makes card at a rate of 9 cards every 20 minutes. Work out the number of cards in 8 hours. So you can see in 20 minutes, he is making 9 cards. So in 8 hours, so 8 hours is basically 8 into 60 minutes. So how many cards will he make? 90 upon 20 into 8 into 60. I hope this is clear, right? So this is, if I to the calculation, this is cancelled. This is 4. So this is 30. 9 into 624, which you can check, which is, I will just use the calculator. This is the calculator paper, so you can quickly see the answer. This is 216. So that is 216 is the correct answer. Each card costs 12 cents to make. Pedro sells each card for 50 cents. Work out the percentage profit on each card. You have to find the percentage profit. So percentage profit will be equal to, what is the profit? Profit is 50 cents minus 12 cents. 50 minus 12 upon, what is the original price? Original price is, that is 12 cents into 100. So you can just check this value. If you just find this value, you will find the answer, which is equal to, this is 317. This is 317%. So I'll just use the calculator and see. This is 50 minus 12, which is divided by 12 multiplied by 100. So basically this is 316.6667%. So that is the answer for this question. You can just check the calculation. Noah is buying a phone. One website sells phone for 953 yuan. A different website sells at the rate $141. Exchange rate is given. What is the difference in the prices? You have to write the answer in dollars, correct? To nearest cent. Okay. So you can see on the first website, this is 953. 953 yuan, correct? Exchange rate is 1 yuan is this. So what is the price? You can see this is 953 and 1 yuan is 0.152. So this many dollars. So what is this? You can just check what is this value. This is 953 multiplied with 0.152, which is, you can say this is 144.856 dollars. This is the price in dollar. Now on the other website, this is $141. So this is On the other website, this is $141. So what is the difference? You can see this is this minus 141, which is, sorry, this is 144 minus, we can say 0.856 minus 141, which is equal to 3.856 dollars. Okay. So now what is the answer? Okay. So you have to write the answer to correct cent. So what is the correct cent? You can see you have to round off to correct cent. So just what is this? This is equal to 3.86. 3.86. That is the answer for this question. Okay. Now the next question. Now the question on statistics. On the morning, the dentist has appointment of 10 patients. Then waiting time for 8 patients is given. This is a stem and leaf diagram. The key is given. This is presenting 10 minutes. For example, this is 1 0. This is 0 1, that is 1 minute. 0 4, that is 4 minutes. 1 0, that is 10 minutes. 12 minutes, 19 minutes, and so on. But this is the data of only 8 patients. The times for 2 patients, P and Q, are not shown in the diagram. Okay. The mean waiting time of all the patients that morning is 16 minutes. The range of the waiting time is 26 minutes. P waits longer than Q, and what you have to find the waiting time for patient P and Q. So what are the information given? First thing is, see, the range of the waiting time is 26. What is the range of the data? The range of any data is highest value minus the lowest value. That is the first thing, right? So that is the first thing. Mean of all the data. Mean of the data. What is the mean? Mean is equal to sum of all, that is sum of all the data on the total number. That is the mean, right? Using this information, you have to find the waiting time of patient P and Q. So let's see what is the mean of all. That is mean of all the patients is given to you, which is 16 minutes. So you can say this is 16 into what is the total? Total number of patients is 10. Will be equal to sum of all the data. So what is the sum of all the data? This is 0 1. That is 1 minute. You can see this is 0 1. This is 0 4. I write this 0 4 just to make it clear. Okay. This is 10 plus 12 plus 19. You can see this is 10 plus 12 plus 19 plus 21 plus 25 plus 25. And let's say this is P plus Q. For waiting time for P is, let's say, P, and waiting time for Q is, let's say, Q. So from this, you can easily find what is P plus Q. You can see here, this is 160. You can just find this is 160 is equal to, this is, you can just calculate this. I'll just use calculator. This is 5, 15. So this is 15 plus 12 plus 19 plus 21 plus 50, which is equal to 117. This is 117 plus P plus Q. So what is the sum of waiting times of P and Q? This is 160. 160 minus 117, which is equal to 43. So first thing which we got is the sum of waiting times is 43, right? Now the second thing is, see, the range of the waiting time is 26 minutes. Now what is the range? According to this data, you just observe, if we have these many, like this is the data of 8 patients. What is the range? What is the highest? That is 25 minutes. And what is the lowest? This is 1 minute. So you can see, according to this, you are getting the range is 24, right? But we want the range should be equal to 26 minutes. So we can say if the range has to be 26, the lowest time is 1 minute. The highest time should be 27. Why 27? Because the range is 26. So that is 27 minus 1 will give you the 27. So you can see P or Q. One of them will have the data that waiting time as 27. Now, P waits longer than Q. So, obviously, the waiting time for P will be 27. I hope this is making sense that why it has to be 27, because the range is highest minus the lowest, and lowest is fixed. If lowest is fixed, then highest has to be 27 because it has to get the difference as 26. Correct? So, this is P is 27. If P is 27, that is waiting time of P is 27. What is the waiting time of Q? This is 43 minus 27. So, this is uh 13, this is what? This is 43 minus 17. This is 43 minus 27, not 17. This is 16, right? So this is 16. So what is the answer? Waiting time is 27 minutes and 16 minutes. So let's check the answer. 27 and 16 is the answer for this question. Next question. Question on parallelogram, the geometry. The parallelogram has same perimeter as circle of radius 4. What is the value of x? You have to show that this is x. So what is the perimeter of this parallelogram? You can see this is 2 times the sides. The side is 6.1 plus x. This is the perimeter of this plus this plus this plus this, because this is a parallelogram. These two will be equal and these two will be equal, right? And this is equal to the perimeter of circle of radius 4. What is the perimeter of a circle? 2 pi r. Perimeter is just the circumference, right? So what is this? You have to just solve this. This is, you can see what is this? 6.51 plus x is equal to, I'll divide by 2 on both sides. This will become 4 pi. So what is x? This will be 4 pi subtracting 6 minus 5. So what is this? Let's subtract this. This is 4 pi minus 6.51. So what is the value? 6.06. So basically you are getting this value is 6.06 to correct two decimal places, which is what you have to show. You have to show this only, correct? So that is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. The next question, the second part of the question, the floor of the room. The floor of the room is in the shape of this parallelogram. Okay. It costs $18 per square meter to tile the floor. Calculate the total cost of the tiling. So basically for the tiling cost, you need to find the area of this parallelogram. Now what is the area of this parallelogram? What is the area? You can see this is area of a parallelogram is equal to base into the height, right? So what is the base? You can see this is the base 6.51 and height is this, but we don't know height of this, but you can clearly see that this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree, you can see, and we have this angle. So in this triangle, you can apply the trigonometry. In this triangle, you can apply trigonometry and get this side. This is the right angle triangle. So now 36. This is adjacent and this is hypotenuse. So for adjacent and hypotenuse, we can use cosine. So what is this? Cos 36 degree. Cos 36 degree is equal to this height. In this triangle, I am applying the trigonometry. So let's say this height is h. So this is h upon adjacent side is this, and this is the hypotenuse. This is 6.06. So what is h? This is equal to 6.06 into cos 36 degrees. This is the height. Now what is the area? Area of this parallelogram will be equal to the base, that is 6.51 into height 6.06 into cos 36 degree. So now let's check this value. This is 6.51 multiplied with 6.06 multiplied with cos 6 degree, which is equal to 31.916. I'm taking 3 decimal places for, for just being a correct value. So this is centimeter square. Okay, sorry, meter square. So units are meter square. No, the question is calculate the total tiling cost. So this is the floor area. Now the rate is $18 per square meter. So what is the total rate, or you can say the total cost? Cost will be equal to, because 1 meter square, you can see 1 meter square is costing, you can say $18. So 31.916 meter square will be costing what? 18 into 31.916 dollars. So what is this value? You can see this is 18 multiplied with 31.916, which is equal to 5. So what is the answer? This is 574.49, you can write 488, or you can say 49. So let's see the answer. This is 5. This is 574 0.49. That is the correct answer for this question. This is the price of cost. Okay. Next question. So this is the question on the transformation. You can see here. Let's see. First question. On the diagram, draw the image of the shape A after translation by vector 1 minus 7. A translated by a vector 1 minus 7. So everything will be moved to 1 unit right and minus 7 units down. You can see 1 unit right and 7 units down. So you can see if I move this A 1 unit right, so you can see this point will shift here and 7 unit down. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this point will come here. Now this is clear. This point you can see will be here, right? If I take this point, so this point you can see will shift 1 unit. So it will be 1 unit somewhere here. This is 1 unit here and 7 units down. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units down like this. Then this point you can see will be somewhere here. You can see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 unit right. Sorry, 1 unit right. This is here and then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see this. So this will be the figure. This will be the answer. Let's say this is the answer A dash for the first part. Now the second part. For the second part, what we have is shape after reflection in the line y equal to x plus 1. For y equal to x plus 1, first we need to plot the line y equal to x plus 1. So if you have to plot the line y is equal to x plus 1, you just need 2 points. You can see what is the y-intercept. This is 1. This is passing through this point, right? And this is at x equal to 0, y is 1. And you can clearly see at y is equal to 0, x will be minus 1. So this is minus. So the graph, the line will look something like this. I just join this. So this is the line which is required. I hope this is clear, right? This is the line. Now you have to take the reflection of, this A after in the line y equal to x plus 1. So you have to take the reflection here, Now, how to take the reflection of the point? You see, you have the tracing paper, right? So what you can do is put the tracing paper on this, okay? Just mark that figure and flip like this. That will give you the mirror image. Okay? So that way you can easily find this. So you can just try this one and get the answer from it. This is the easiest way to find the mirror image about the slanted line. Okay. So now the next question is describe fully the single transformation that maps A onto shape B. A to B. A to B. So we can first clearly see this will be a clear the sides are same. This is just a rotation, correct? Now, what kind of rotation is this? You just think about one line. You can see this line has become vertical like this, right? So you can see it is like this and it has become vertical. So this is obviously a 90-degree rotation anti-clockwise. You can clearly see this is going like this, correct, right? So what is the complete answer? It is 90-degree anti-clockwise. Second is what is the center of rotation? Now for center of rotation, the best way is you can use the tracing paper and you can just place this and try to rotate like this. So now if you rotate this, it will be using the tracing paper, you will find this, it will be somewhere on this. So you can just check this. So I'll just give you the answer. What is the answer? This is minus 2 comma 6. See, this is minus 2 comma 6. So about this point, this is a rotation, anti-clockwise rotation. Okay. So just use the tracing paper. You will be able to solve this question easily. Next question on the speed time graph, you have to find the total distance traveled. Now the important thing here is on the graph, speed is given in kilometers per hour, but on time scale, this is in minutes. So you have to be very careful about the units. That is very important because it is, and you write the answer in kilometers, final answer in kilometers. So we have to change this minutes to Now for the distance traveled graph, distance time, speed time graph, what is the distance traveled? The area. So what is the area of this? So we will find the area of this, which is the trapezium. You can see this is parallel to this. So what is the area of sum of parallel sides? This is 60 and this is 80. This is 140, and distance between the parallel sides is what? 15. But we will write this is 15 upon 60 because we have to write the answer in this in plus. Okay. Plus, what is the area of this triangle? Half base into height. So what is the height of this? This is 80. And what is the base? This is 10 minutes. So this is 10 by 60. So if I just simplify this, you will find the answer, which is 24.2 kilometers. You can just put the value in the calculator and get the answer for this. Move to the next question. This one is the nth term of the sequence. Okay. So first is, what kind of sequence is this? This will be, you can see if I add -8, you can see 9 minus 17 minus 8. 1 minus 9, this is minus 8, and so on. That means this is a linear sequence. Linear sequence. Now for the linear sequence, how to write the nth term? We can see this will be minus 8n, right? N into d. Now just think about this. If you, this is first term is 17. So what should be here? This is 25, because 25 minus 8 will become 17. So that is the answer. What is the nth term? Tn is equal to 25 minus 8. 25 minus 8. And you can verify also. You can just see, if I put n equal to 1, 17. N equal to 2, this is 25 minus 16. N equal to 3, this is 25 minus 24, and so on. Or otherwise, you can use this formula also. Tn is equal to the first term plus n minus 1 into common difference. So you can see what is the first term. This is 17, n minus 1. And what is the common difference? This is minus 8, negative 8. And you just observe this. If I simplify this, you can see this is 17 minus 8 into n. This is minus 8n, and minus 8 minus 1 will become plus 8. So 17 plus 8, that is 25 minus 8. That is how you can easily answer this question. Okay. Now the next sequence is, so here, see, first let's identify which type of sequence is this. So here you see, this is, what is the difference? 12 minus 3, 9. This is 27 minus, this is 20, this is 15, right? What is this? This is 8 minus 7, this is 21. And this is, you can check, what is this? This is 6. This is also 6. So you can see, are you getting the second difference constant? You can see this is the first difference, this is the second difference. If the second difference is constant, this is a quadratic sequence. So now for quadratic sequence, you know, this is Tn will be equal to an square plus bn plus c. This will be the nth term. Now one way is c, you have to count. If you have to see, you know how to find the values of a, b, c. But since this, see, this is a 2-marker question, so we don't have to do much calculation. Just think logically. If this is an square plus bn plus c, that will be it. It will be in terms of n square. So let's think in terms of n square. Okay. So just see, this is 3 into 1. This is 12. 12 is 3 into 4. So this is just by observation you can answer. This is 3 into 9, 27. The next one is 3 into 16, and so on. You can just verify this is 3 into 25. Now what is this? This is 3 into 1 square. This is 3 into 2 square. This is 3 into 3 square, and so on. So what is the nth term of this? 3n square. So without doing much calculation also, you can verify. You can find the answer in a quadratic sequence or a cubic sequence by observation. Okay. Otherwise, you know the method also, that how to find the nth term of quadratic sequence an square plus bn plus c. But first 2-marker question, 1-marker question, so they expect you to observe the sequence and get the answer. Now the next question on curve graph. The first thing is the curve is given to you. To complete this table, so how to complete this? You have to find the value at x equal to minus 1.5. Plug in the value. You can use the calculator. You have to put 1.5 in this equation, plug in the values and get the value. So if I solve this, you will find this is 2.63, that you can easily check, and this is 3.5. 38. Put the value here and solve that value. Okay. Now the second part is draw the graph. So we'll draw the graph between -2 and 2. So what is this? At -2, this is -1. At -2, this is -1. So this value is -1. Then at -1.5, this is 2.63. At -1.5, this is -1.5. This is 2.63. So this is 2 point somewhere 6. This is at -1.5. This is 2.6, somewhere in between here. Okay. So this is the second value. Now the third value, you can see -1. This is 4. At -1, this is 4. This is 4. Then at -0.5, 3.88. Is -0.5, 3.88. So this is 3.88. You can say this is roughly here. Okay. Next, at 0, this is 3. At 0, this is 3. This is 3 at 0. Okay. Next, at 0.5, 2.13. At 0.5, this is 0.5, 2.13. So this is 2.13 down here. Next value, this is at 1, this is 2. And x equal to 1, this is 2, like this. Then at 2, no, sorry, at 1.5, 3.38. At 1.5, 3.38. So 3.38 is somewhere here. 3.4, roughly here. Okay, at 1.5. And this is at 2, this is 7. At 2, this is 7. 7 is somewhere here. 7 is here. So these are the values. And if you have to plot the graph, you have to just join this. So just join freehand. So it will be, you can see the graph will look something like this. This is what is expected in this question. And in fact, just remember that this is a cubic graph. And we should know the basic idea. You should know the complete idea of cubic graph also. Here, which is not expected, but here, what you can see is a cubic graph. A cubic graph has this kind of shape. When A is positive, A that is coefficient of extreme. And you can see we are getting roughly the same graph. So that is what. So it is good to remember the graphs. Okay. And in many questions, you will have to draw the graphs without the graph paper. So here they have given the graph paper. So you have to plot the values and accordingly solve the question. Okay. Now this part is done. Second part, next part is by drawing a suitable line, you have to solve this equation x cube minus 2.5 x plus 1. So I write it here. This is you have to solve x cube minus 2.5 x plus 1 equal to 0. You have to solve this equation. Now, using this graph, how will you solve this equation? That is the question. So you see, we have drawn which graph? We have drawn x cube minus 2x plus 3. So we have the graph of x cube minus 2x plus 3 equal, this is the graph which we have. This is the graph which we have. Okay. Now, how can you solve this equation using this? So what you can do is you can just see, understand this. Wherever two graphs intersect, that will give you the solution of that equation. Okay. Of the equation. Now, if you know this graph, try to convert this equation into this form. So now, what do you mean by that? Can I say this is x cube is equal to 2.5x minus 1. I have taken this on this side, right? Now, we have the graph of minus 2x cube, sorry, x cube minus 2x plus 3. So what I'll do is I'll try to convert this into this form. So can I say this is x cube minus 2x plus 3 is equal to 2.5x minus 1 minus 2x plus 3. So what I have done is I have added minus 2x plus 3 on both sides. So this is x cube minus 2x plus 3. And what is this? This will be 2, right? And what is this? 2.5 minus 2, which is, this is plus 0.5x. So basically the equation which you have to solve this equation. I have converted this equation to this form. So now to solve this equation, what you can do is you have the graph of this, just draw this graph, which is y equal to, you can say this is y is equal to what? 1 by 2 x plus 2. I hope this is clear. This is y is equal to 1 by 2x, half is 1 by 2, x plus 2. And wherever they intersect, that will be the solution of this equation, which is effectively this equation. I hope this is making sense, correct? So now let's draw this line. Now you can see at x equal to 0, this is y equal to 2. So at x equal to 0, this is y equal to 2. This will pass through here. And you can take one more point. You can say at x equal to uh, 0 to you have taken. So at x equal to, let's say, minus 1. If I put minus 1, at x equal to minus 1, this will be 2 minus 1 by 2, which is 3 by 2, which is 1.5. So minus 1 comma 1.5, right? So minus 1 comma 1.5. So minus 1 comma 1.5 will be here. Will be here. Good. So if I join this, so basically if I join this line, it will be something like this. It will be like this. This is the line y is equal to half x plus 2. Now, at which point they are intersecting? You can say this is one point of intersection. This is another point of intersection. These are the point of intersections, right? Now, what is this? Let's see what is this if I approximately find. This is minus 1.5, minus 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, sorry, 1.6, 1.7. This is minus 1.7. This value is, you can see this is 1, this is what? 0.5. So this is 0.2, 1, 2, 3, 0.4. This is 0.4. And what is this? This is 1 and this is 1.5. So this is 1.4, 2, sorry, 1.1, 1.2, 1.4. So what are the solutions? You can see at x equal to minus 1.7 they are intersecting. You can see at 0.4 they are intersecting, and at 1.4 they are intersecting. So these are the solutions of this equation. I hope this is clear to you, right? So let's check the answer. So you can see this is minus 1.87, which is correct. 0.4 is correct. And this is 1.4. So basically they have given the range. So because it is approximate value calculation, so that is why they have given the range also in the question. So this is how you solve this type of question, where you have to use graph to solve a particular equation. I hope this is clear. Okay. So that is the answer for this question. Now the question on circles. Question on circle theorem. Find the value of x. You have to find the x. Give the geometrical reason. This is very straightforward. This is the chord AC or RAC subtending angle 52. So double of that will be at the center. So 52. What is x? X will be 52 into 2, which is equal to 104 degree. Why this is 104 degree? Because the angle at center is double of the angle at circumference, right? Find the value of y. You have to find this value of y. So now let's see how will you find y. So first thing is, you can see we have got this value. So what is this value? This is 104, 104 degree, correct? Now if this is 104 degree, I can easily find these two angles, because these two angles are equal. Why they are equal? Because OAC is isosceles triangle. Why? Because this is equal to this side radius, right? So if this is equal to this, that means these two angles are equal. So what will be this value? So what is this angle? Let's say this angle is, let's say Z. So what is angle Z? Z will be equal to 180 minus 104 divided by 2. So what is this value? This is 108 minus 104, sorry, 180 minus 104, which is divided by 2, which is 38 degree. So this angle is 38 degree. Now, why I'm calculating this, you can just observe this. If this is 38 degree, we can easily say, see, this angle is 65 degree. So this total angle is also 65 degree. Alternate segment theorem. You see, this is the chord. This is the tangent. and tangent and chord are making 65. So alternate segment, the angle will also be 65. That means this total angle, what angle? I'm talking about this total angle is 65. This is also 65. Now, if this is 65, this is 38. I can easily write what is y. Y will be equal to 65 minus 38. So what is this? This is 7 and 5 minus 3, 27. So what is the value? Was 27 degree. So just check the answer. This is 27 degree and 104 degree. Next one. Simplify this expression. I hope this is easy. Make the like fractions. This is 7 upon, we'll multiply with 2, 4. So this will be 28 upon 8m plus 3 upon 8m, which is equal to 31 upon 8m. What is the answer for this question? 31 or 8m. Next question. Now the question on compound interest, simple interest. The question is, Carlos invests at this rate 3.5 or 3.2 per year compound interest. Calculate the value of this investment at the end of 4 years. So what is the final value? Initial value 24,000 into 1 plus a rate of interest is 3.2 by 100, right? And for how many years? For 4 years. Just put the values in the calculator, you'll get the answer. This is 27, 2, 2 dollars. That will be the final value of this investment, right? Next question. Carlos buys a painting of for $X, sells the painting for this, makes a profit of 34%. What is the value of his profit? We have to find the value of the profit. So see, his cost price is $X, and he sells at $40,870, and this is a profit of 34%. This is a profit of 34%. So what is the value of the profit? So basically, first we'll calculate the cost price, and we know the cost price. We'll subtract these two to get the profit. Now, how will you get this? This is X original price. Now, the percentage profit is 34. That means we have increased it by 34%. So this will be 1.34 multiplier 100 plus 34. 134%, that is 1.34, is equal to 4087. So what is the value of X? This is equal to this divided by 1.34. So which is, you can see 40,870 divided by 1.34, which is $30, 30,500. So original cost price is this. This is the selling price. So what is the profit value? This minus this. So what is the profit? Profit will be equal to, I'll subtract the selling price and the cost price. This minus, I'll subtract, and we'll get, this is 10,370. So that's the answer. This is 10,370 is the answer for this question. Let's move to the next one. Carlos buys a car with the value of this. The value of car decreases exponentially. Find a formula for the value D, the car at the end of n years. So what is the final value V? What is the initial value? 32,500. It is decreasing. This is decreasing. That is depreciating or exponentially decreasing at a rate of 23%. So this will be 1 minus 23 by 100 for n years. That is what we have. So what is this? This is 32,500. 1 minus 0.23 raised to n, or you can say this is 32,500 and this is 0.77 raised to n. That is the answer. So 32,500. This is the correct answer. You can just check this. Now the question on trigonometry. So this is the question which is given to you, the diagram given to you. Now the question here is shape of quadrilateral. This is ABD is a part. Calculate the side BC. So let's see. You have to find BC. Now how will you find BC? In the triangle, you see two sides are given, angle between them is given. So best way is use cosine rule. Okay. So if you apply cosine of D in this triangle, so this is cos of 140 degree. Or you can say I'll just find BC directly. So BC square will be equal to, this is 300 square plus 110 12 square minus 2 into 300 into 112 into cos of 140 degree. This is clear. Adjacent side square, that is 300 square 112 square minus their product, 2 into product, cos of 140 degree. So now just take the square root of this. You will find the value of BC, which is equal to, this will be equal to, you can just check this value. This is 392.4. What is this? This is meter. So this is just the calculation which you have to do. 392.4 meters. Now the next part is calculate the angle DBC. Angle DBC. DBC. Now you have to calculate this angle. Now how will you calculate this angle? We have already got that this side is 392.4 meters. Now how will you use this? Now for finding this angle, let's say this angle is x. We know the opposite side. We know the angle. We know the angle opposite side. We can apply sine rule. So if I apply sine rule in this triangle, so I have solved this here. Sine, this is 392.4 upon sine 140 degree. You see, 392.4 upon sine 40 degree. And what is this side? 112. So this is 112 upon the angle opposite to it is this angle, which is required. So this is sine of angle x, right? So just solve this. You can see this is sine x will be equal to cross multiplying this 112 into sine 140 degree upon 392.4. You just plug in the value, take the sine inverse, you'll get the value of x, which will be equal to, this will be equal to 10.7. The angle x, 10.7 degrees. That is the answer for this question, the second one, right? Now the next question. The total area of the field is this. Work out the length of the shortest distance from D to B. The question is, the total area of ABCD is 35,900. So this total area is 35,900. Now the question is asking you, work out the length of shortest distance of D to B, AB, D to AB, D to AB. This is D and AB. Okay. So the shortest distance means you have to find the perpendicular distance of D from AB. That is called the shortest distance. Now, how will you find this? That is what we will see in this question. I hope this part is clear. So we have got, what is the value of this angle? This is 10.7 degrees. We have this side. Now we'll be solving the next part here. So what we see here, what is the total area? So total area of this is, you can see, what is the area of this triangle? BDC. This is half. The two sides are given 300 and 112. 300 into 112 into sine 140 degree, half BC sine A, two sides and sine angle between them. This is the area of this triangle, plus half. Now what is the area of this triangle? You can see area of this triangle, I can say, let's say this side, this length which we need to find is, let's say, B. So this is perpendicular. So in this triangle, this is the height. This is half base into height. So this is height D, and what is the base? This is 180. This is the total area. Now what is the area given to you? This is 35,900, right? So 35,900. Let me see this value, 35,900 meters square. So this is 35,900. Now you just need to solve this equation. So you can see this is I'll just simplify this. This is 150. It will subtract. So we'll subtract. We will write this is 35. 35 900 minus 150 into 112 into sine 140. 140. This value, if I take this, subtract this, multiply by 2. So we'll multiply this by 2, which we got, and we will divide by 180. So what will be the D value? This will be equal to 278.9. That is the answer. So let's see the answer. This is 279 or 278.9 is the correct answer. I hope this is clear. Area of triangle. Area of this quadrilateral is area of this triangle plus area of this triangle. So for this triangle, I have used half AB sin theta. And for this is we have used half base into height. So this is how we can solve this question. Now the next question. So the question on histogram, that is statistics. So we have histogram which shows that information about the masses of some coconuts. The masses are classified in A, B, C, D categories according to the mass and according to frequency density. This is histogram given to you. The question is show that there are 10 coconuts in the category D. In category D, you have to show that there are 10 coconuts. That means you have to count the frequency in category D. Now, if you have to find the frequency, what is the frequency of a frequency density from the frequency density curve? How to get the frequency? So that is basically the area. What is the area of this rectangle? That is what you have to see. So what is this? What is this? First thing is what is base? This is 1.3, this is 1.4, and this is midway. So this is 1.35. So this is 1.6 minus 1.35. This is 1.6 minus 1.35. That is the base. And what is this length? Let's see what is this length. This length is somewhere here. Okay. So let's see, this is here. Now let's see what is this. This is, there are 10 and 5. So every block is 5. So this will be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 into, you can see this is every block is 5. 8 into 5, 40. Right? So 40, 45, 50. Yeah. So what is this? So you have to just read the graph. Basically, you have to just read the graph here. So this is into 40. Okay. So now what is this value? You can see this is 1.6 minus 1.35 multiplied with 40, which is equal to 10. And you can see this is the first question, that the frequency of the category D is 10. That is the first answer. Second, two of the coconuts from the category C and D are chosen at random. Find the probability that both are from category D. Okay. So basically, in the first category, we have already counted that there are 10 coconuts in category D. Now let's count how many coconuts are there in category C. Now see what is this value. So again, you see what is this? This is 1.5, 1.25. But you have to find the area again, correct? So what is this? This is 1.25. And what is this? This is the, no, this is somewhere. Yeah, this is somewhere here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 into 5, 20. So this will be 150 plus 20, which is 170. Okay. So this is, what is the frequency in category? This was the category D. This is the frequency in category C. So this will be, what is this? 1.35 minus 1.25. 1.35 minus 1.25 multiplied with, what is this? This is 170. This height is 170. So 170. So you can see what is this value? This is 170. Sorry, 1.35 minus 1.25 into 170. 17. So this is the frequency of category C, frequency of category D. That means there are 10 in category D, 10 coconuts in category D, and 17 coconuts in category C. Now the question is, Find the probability that both are in category D. So total how many are there? 27. So the first one is from category. First one is from category D. What is the probability? You can see this is 10 by 27, and the second is also from category D. So this is 9 by 26. So what is this value? You can just check this answer. You can see I can cancel the common factor also. This is 2, that is 5, and this will be 13. So this is, and also this 3. This is 5 by 39. So what is the probability? 5 by 39. Let's say the answer. Yes, 5 by 39 is the answer for this question. I hope this is clear. There are 10 and 17. So total 27. Out of this, there are in category C. No, sorry, category D, there's 10. So 10 by 27. And then second one is again category D. This is 9 by 26. That means 5 by 39 is the answer. The next one is calculate the mean. Okay. So let's see. How will you calculate the mean mass? So finding the mean mass, you need to find what is the uh, you can say frequency, and what is the midpoint, correct? Because this is in terms of class interval. Okay. So what is the frequency here? We have calculated here. For this is 10. This is 17. This is 10. What is the frequency in this case? So I'll say this is. I'll just write this 1.25 minus 1.1 into 100. So this is, I write this is 1.25 minus 1.1 multiplied with 100. This is, what is the frequency in this case? This is 15. I'm just writing the frequencies. And what about this? This is, what is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6 into 5, 30. Okay. So this is 1.1 minus 0.9 multiplied with 30. So what is this? 6. So this is the frequency in each case. Now for finding the mean, so I'll write it here. Mean will be equal to. So mean frequency is 6 and the class interval is 0.9 to 1.1. So what is the midpoint? Midpoint of 0.9 and 1.1. You can see this is 0.1. So what is this? This is 6 into 1 plus, what is the frequency here? 15. What is the midpoint of these two? You can see 1.1 plus 1.25 divided by 2, which is the midpoint of these two is 1.175. So this is, midpoint is 1.175. So this is 1.175 multiplied, what is the frequency? This is 15 plus, what is this? This is, what is the midpoint of this? 1.3, and this is frequency is 17. So this is 1.3 into 17 plus, what is the midpoint of this? This is 1.35 plus 1.35 plus 1.6, 1.6 divided by 2. So what is this? The midpoint is 1.475. So this is 1.475 multiplied with 10. So this is the sum of all this, and this whole divided by total frequency sum. So what is the sum of all the frequencies that we will add? That is 6 plus 15 plus, this is 17 plus 10. So this is how you'll count this. So let's see. This is 6 into 1 plus, this is 1.175 multiplied with 15 plus, this is 1.3 multiplied with 17 plus, this is 1.75, 1.475 multiplied with this value is divided by the sum of all the frequencies. This is 6 plus 15 plus 17 plus 10, which is equal to 1.25. That is, what is the mean? 1.25. So let's see the answer, which is correct. 1.259 basically. So this is 1.259, or you can say this is 1.26. And what is this? Kg. That is the mean mass, 1.26 kg. I hope this is clear. How to find the mean? That is, because this is in the class interval, frequency multiplied with the midpoint. The frequency we have calculated by taking the area. So frequency multiplied with the midpoint of the class. Frequency multiplied with the midpoint of the class, and so on. Divided by the sum of all the frequencies will give you the mean. Okay. I hope this is also clear. Now this is expansion of the brackets. This is a pretty easy question. Just start with the two brackets. So if I start with these two brackets, you can see x into 2x. This is 2x squared. X into 3, that is plus 3x. Minus 2 into 2x, that is minus 4x. Negative, 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 positive. Okay. Negative 2 into negative plus 3, that is negative 6 into x plus 4. Now what is this? This is 2x squared minus x minus 6 multiplied with x plus 4. Now again open the bracket. So let's start. X into 2x, that is 2x cube. X square into x, 2x cube. X into minus x square minus 6 into x minus 6x plus 4 into 2, 8. X square. 4 into minus x minus 4x. 4 into minus 6 minus 24. Right? So this is 2x cube. This is plus 7x square, 8 minus 1. Right? Minus 4x minus 6x will become minus 10x, and this is negative 24. That is the answer for this. Let's verify the answer. So this is 2x cube plus 7x square minus 10x minus 24 is the answer for this question. Now the next question on vectors. So here we have OA vector. OA is parallel to CB. Okay. OA is to CB. OA is to CB is 4 is to 3. OA vector, OB vector are given to you. First one is find AB vector. So first is you have to find AB vector. That is this vector. Now, if you have to find AB vector, this one is pretty straightforward. You can see what is AB vector. That means you are going from A to B. This is similar to going from A to O. That is minus A because opposite to A. Then O to B, that is plus B. So what is AB vector? This is, you can see this is B vector minus A vector. So the first part is straightforward, right? Now the second part of the question, M is the midpoint of OC. You have to find AM vector in terms of A and B. M is the midpoint of OC. This is midpoint. Correct? Now you have to find OM vector. Now just observe this. See the thinking process. Like you have to find OM vector. If you have to find OM vector, this is obvious that you have to write OC vector because OM vector will be equal to half of OC vector. This is half of OC vector. I hope this is clear. Correct? Now you have to find OC vector. Now for finding OC vector, you can see I know this triangle, like this vector, and I know this vector. How I know this vector? Because this is parallel to this, and it is given the ratio of OA and CB. So we can see here that OA and ratio of OA and CB is 4 by 3. That means CB is 3/4 of OA. The length of CB is 3/4 of OA. That means I can say that is CB vector. This is CB vector. C to B vector. Since this is parallel to this will be A vector. But what is the magnitude? This is 3/4 of this. You can see CB is 3/4 of OA. So this is 3/4 of OA vector. So this is CB vector. So I can say, I know this also, this is 3 by 4 A vector. And this vector is B vector. I hope this is clear, right? So now, how will you get OC vector? So you can see OC vector will be, that is, I'm going from O to C, which is same as going from O to B, that is B vector. Then going from B to C, which will be minus 3 by 4 A vector. Why negative? Because we are going against the vector direction. So this is by negative 3 by 4 A vector. Right? So this is our OC vector. Right? Now, if this is OC vector, what is OM vector? OM vector is equal to 1 by 2 of B vector minus 3 by 4 A vector. So this is the vector OM vector. I hope this is clear. Now, question is asking you AM vector. Now, how will I get AM vector? So you see, if you know OM vector, I can easily find this AM vector. I can easily find AM. Now see, AM vector is equal to AM vector is equal to, we are going from A to M, this is same as minus A plus OM vector. I hope this is clear. You are going from A to M. This is same as going from A to O. That is minus A. And then OM vector. OM vector. Now what is this? This is equal to minus A plus 1 by 2 B minus 3 by 4 A. Correct? So now just simplifying this, minus A plus 1 by 2 B, multiply these two. This is minus 3 by 8. Now you can see, you can further simplify this. This is minus A and minus 3 by 8A will become minus 11 by 8A. You can check. This is plus 1 by 2. So that is how you will solve this. Now let's check the answer. So what is the answer for this? Let's check this. Minus 11 by 8A plus half B. That is how we will solve this question. Now, a question on a linear equation and non-linear equation, simultaneous equation of pretty straightforward question. So to solve this, you can see this is 3x squared minus 7x minus 6. This is equal to 5 minus 2x. You have to simultaneously solve this. So now let's arrange this. 3x squared negative 7x minus 6 negative 5 plus 2x equal to 0. Now negative 7x plus 2x will become negative 5x, and this is minus 6 and minus 5, negative 11. Now to solve this, you can use the quadratic formula. So what is A? A is 3. What is B? B is minus 5. And what is C? Minus 11. So what is the solution? X, which is, what is the formula? Minus B. So this is 5 plus minus B square, that is minus 5 square, 25 minus 4A, and C is minus 11 upon 2A. 2A, A is 3. This is 5 plus minus root of. This is 25 plus 12 into 11. You can say this is 12, and negative 11 into negative will become plus 11 upon 6. Now you can just plug in the value in the calculator. You'll get the values of x, one with plus sign, other with minus sign. So x will be, if I put plus sign and minus sign, you'll get two values. So what will be the answer? I'll just you will just check the calculation. You will find this is 2.92. One value is 2.92, and other value is minus 1.25. Minus 1.25. Connect to two decimal places. Right? Now this is, what is the value of y? So if I put x is equal to 2.92 here, we'll get, you can put in any equation, but this one is easier. So I'll just put it here. You will get the y value, which is 5 minus 2 into 2.9. Put the calculator, you will find this will be equal to negative 0.84, and here you will find this is equal to 7.5. So that will be the answer. I hope you can easily use the calculator to change the answer for this question. Next question. So here the question on upper bound and lower bound. So what is the question? The solid metal prism has mass correct to nearest 10. Okay. And the density is given correct to one decimal place. Calculate the lower bound of the volume. So what is the density? This is mass by volume. So what is volume? This is mass by volume is mass upon density. Now you have to write the lower bound of this volume, lower bound. Now if you have to write the lower bound of division, you can see this it should be the smaller and this should be the large. That means you will say lower bound of mass upon upper bound of density. Now what is the lower bound of mass? Mass is this, correct to 10 grams, nearest 10 grams. So what is the lower bound? This is 4810 minus 10 by 2, which is 5. Divide by, what is the upper bound of density? So what is the density? This is the density. nearest to correct one decimal place. So we will upper bound for this will become 7.7 plus 0.1 decimal place, that is 0.1 by 2, that is 0.05. Correct. So this is 4805 divided by, this will be 7.7, which you can check what is this. So let's use the calculator and see. This is 4805 divided by 7.75, which is 620 centimeter cube. So let's see what is the lower bound. This is 620 is the correct answer for this question. And the last question, y is inversely proportional to x plus 2 square. So y is inversely proportional to x plus 2 square. Inversely proportional, right? And w is proportional to x, that is one. So this is k1 and this is, let's say, k2. Proportionality constant k1 and k2. W is proportional to x. Now, when y is equal to this, w is equal to this, you have to find y in terms of w. So see here, first let's find a k1 and k2. So if y is equal to 8, y is equal to 8, x is 3.1, 3.5. So this is k1 upon 3.5 plus 2 square. I hope this is clear. X is equal to 3.2. So what is the value of k1? This is, you can see, this is 8 multiplied with 5.5 square, which is 242. So this is 242. K1 is 42. And what is this? Second, when W is 15, what is this? This is K2. And what is X? X is 90. So what is K2? 1 upon 6. You can see 15 by 90, right? So this is 1 by 6. So we know that what is the relation, that is y is equal to 242 upon x plus 2 square. And what is w? W is 1 by 6 x. That is the relation between xy and wx. But the question is asking you to write the relation between y in terms of w. So you have to write y in terms of w. That means you don't want x. What is x from this first, the second one? X is 6w. So if I substitute this in this, that will give you the relation in y and x, y and w. So what is y? Y is equal to 242 divided by, what is x? X is 6w plus 2 square, right? So now if I simplify this, this is y is equal to 242 divided by, I can easily take 2 common also. 2 common, that is 2 square. This is 4 or 3w plus 1 square. So that is the answer for this question. You can cancel the common factor also. So this is y is equal to 242 divided by 4, which is 60.5 divided by 3w plus 1 square. That is the answer for this. So let's check the answer. This is okay. They have given the answer here, but this is also the correct value. You can write the answer here, right? So I hope you have understood all the questions of this paper. Okay, just go through the solution slowly. You will be able to solve all the questions. If you have understood all the questions, you have liked this video, please subscribe to our channel and share with your friends so that the YouTube algorithm suggests these videos to the other students also. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.